Hello, this is stopwatch project for coding ninja skill test. Whenever I click on the start button, it will hide the start and reset button, and whenever I click on lap button, it will take the lap time and it will indicate best lap time in green and worst in red. I can delete the lap and add the remark here as well. And whenever I click on a stop, will hide the stop and lap button. Whenever I click on reset, it will reset like this. This is our JS code for we have initialized the values and fetch the HTML data into JS, and this is our start function. Whenever we click on start button, it will run at every 10 milliseconds, and firstly it will check if start watch is start or not, play the audio and animation button. For after every 10 milliseconds the function will run, and it will increase the milliseconds by 1 and check if the millisecond is in single digit, it will add 0 before it, and after every 100 millisecond it will increment the second, and check here also it will check if the seconds in single digit, it will add 0 before it and reset the millisecond, and it will display here the millisecond in on the HTML page. And after every 60 seconds it will increase the minute time, and it will here also check if it is single digit, it will append 0 before it and reset the second and show it on screen. Here when we start the stopwatch, it will hide the start and reset button and show the stop and lap buttons. Similarly, this is our stop button. Whenever we click on it, it will stop and lap button and show the start and reset button and make the stopwatch stop. Whenever we click on reset button, it will reset all the value like in we have initialized and stop the stopwatch. This is our lap button to take the lap data, which here we have discussed. It will make a table in HTML page which will show all the lab data result. It create a new table row element using create element method and assign it a class and ID using class list set attribute method respectively. It create the three table data within row for displaying the serial number of the lab remark and the lap time respectively. It also create a table data element for displaying the overall time and another table data element for deleting button. It then insert the created element into row using append child method. Like next, it add the event listener. This is for our delete button function. Whenever we click it, it will delete the old row. This is for minimum and maximum lap time. This function does not return, it will just make the changes in HTML screen. This is our function for calculating time difference between two laps. It takes three parameter represent minute, second and millisecond of current lap. We have initialized the values to 0. Next, the function check whether the current lap has more minute than the previous lap. If it does, it subtract from the current minute and add 60 seconds to the current seconds. It means that the current lap start in previous minute. We need to adjust the current seconds accordingly. After that, the function check whether previous lap has more milliseconds than the current lap. If the previous lap had fewer or equal milliseconds than the current lap, the function simply calculates the time Difference between the current and previous lap. It is single, it will add 0 before it. This is our function to calculate the minimum and maximum time.